I caught my girlfriend of 8 years cheating with my best friend at his wedding, but then I found out all of my friends knew and were laughing behind my back, so I acted like I didn't know and threw this bombshell at his wedding. I'd been with Sarah for 8 years, my best friend Marcus for 15. When he asked me to be his best man, I was honored. I spent weeks planning his bachelor party, writing the perfect speech, making sure everything was flawless for his big day. The wedding was at this gorgeous vineyard outside the city. I arrived early to help set up, and that's when I saw them. Sarah and Marcus in the wine cellar, pressed against the oak barrels, his hands in her hair, her dress already half unzipped. I stood frozen at the doorway, phone in hand to text Marcus about the florist. They didn't see me. I backed away slowly, my heart hammering so hard I thought it would break through my chest. Then I heard the laughter coming from the groomsmen's suite. Jake's voice carried down the hallway. Man, I can't believe he still doesn't know. How long has it been now? 6, 7 months? Brandon laughed. Dude's so oblivious. Remember last month when they disappeared at his birthday party? We covered for them. The whole group erupted in laughter. My entire friend group. Every single one of them knew and had been lying to my face for months. Something cold settled over me. Not anger yet, just this crystal clear calm. I walked back to my car, sat there for 20 minutes thinking. Then I smiled, because I had the microphone tonight. I had the toast, and I had receipts. The ceremony was beautiful. Sarah sat in the third row, dabbing her eyes like she was moved. Marcus stood at the altar looking confident, happy, completely unaware. I stood beside him, holding the rings, playing my part perfectly. At the reception, I worked the room, smiled at everyone, hugged Sarah, told Marcus his bride looked stunning. Jake clapped me on the back. You good, man? You seem off. Never better, I said, just emotional about the speech. Dinner service wrapped up. The DJ announced the best man's toast. I stood, tapped my glass, and the room went silent. I could see Sarah's face, slightly nervous. Marcus grinned at me, completely trusting. I want to start by saying what an honor it is to stand here tonight, I began warmly. Marcus and I have been best friends since middle school. We've been through everything together. Breakups, failures, celebrations. The crowd smiled, nodding along. And Sarah, my girlfriend of 8 years, she's been there too. In fact, she's been incredibly close with Marcus lately. Sarah's face went pale. A few people shifted uncomfortably, so close that I found them in the wine cellar this afternoon, reconnecting in a very special way. Gasps. Marcus stood up. Dude, what are you? I pulled out my phone, connected it to the projector they'd set up for the wedding slideshow. The screen behind me lit up with photos. Marcus and Sarah at a hotel. Timestamps. 6 months worth of pictures I'd found on her cloud backup after I went home and checked. But here's my favorite part, I continued, voice steady. I found out this morning that every single one of you knew. My entire friend group has been laughing at me for months. I played the audio recording from my phone. Their voices from the groomsmen's suite, crystal clear, laughing about covering for the affair. The room was dead silent, except for someone's fork hitting their plate. So here's my toast, I said, raising my glass. To Marcus and Elena, may your marriage be as faithful as my friendship was. May you trust each other as much as I trusted all of you. And may you remember this moment every single anniversary. I set the microphone down, walked past Sarah who was crying, past Marcus who looked destroyed, past the entire table of former friends with their mouths hanging open. Elena, the bride, was standing now, staring at Marcus with pure betrayal on her face. Apparently, she didn't know either. I drove home that night, blocked everyone's numbers, and haven't spoken to any of them since. My phone exploded with messages, voicemails, people trying to explain. I deleted them all, without listening. 3 days later, I got a call from Elena's lawyer. She wants my testimony for the annulment. Apparently, infidelity before the marriage is even consummated is solid grounds. I'm giving her every photo, every message, every piece of evidence I have. Sarah showed up at my apartment last week. I watched her through the doorbell camera, crying on my doorstep for 40 minutes. I never opened the door. She doesn't live here anymore. None of them exist in my world anymore. I'm building a new life now. Real friends, honest people.